Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to the Commentary Hub's coverage. It's the home of alternative commentary as we're bringing you tonight. The Premier League clash is a big one. It's Manchester United against Liverpool. Both teams looking for a win to kickstart their season. Liverpool 2 points from their opening two matches, draws apiece for Liverpool. Well, Manchester United are yet to win, and they lost 4-0 last time out to Brentford. Liverpool drew 1-1 last time out to Crystal Palace. Rolling in, and we're all looking for the team losers. Manchester United make 4 changes to the team that lost last week to Brentford, which sees Malacia, McTominay, Varane, Elanga all come in for Shaw, Fred, Maguire, and the big one, Cristiano Ronaldo. As for Liverpool, they make 3 changes, one of which is enforced as Darwin Núñez is out due to suspension. Roberto Firmino comes in for him. Nat Phillips drops out to the bench as Joe Gomez comes in, and a surprising change as well that sees Fabinho drop to the bench this evening. So the full team's then in full length for you. In goal for Manchester United today is David De Gea. It's a back four from right to left of Diego Dalot, Rafael Varane, Lisandro Martinez, and Tyrell Malacia. Christian Eriksen stays in that deeper midfield role, and he is partnered by Scott McTominay. Anthony Elanga comes on to the right as Jadon Sancho switches to the left. With Bruno Fernandes remaining in the number 10, he takes the captain's armband. And leading the line today, moving forward from the left-hand side, is Marcus Rashford. The bench for Manchester United is Tom Heaton, the sub-goalkeeper, Harry Maguire, Cristiano Ronaldo, Anthony Martial, Fred, Luke Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Donny van de Beek, and Alejandro Garnacho. As for Liverpool then, it's Alisson who starts in goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold is a right back. Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk partner each other at centre-back, with the trusted Andy Robertson at left-back. So it's a familiar looking backline. Only Joel Matip would probably play if he was fit instead of Joe Gomez. The midfield trio then for Liverpool, Arviela keeps his place as Jordan Henderson comes into the side for Fabinho, and James Milner keeps his place on the left of the midfield trio. Then the front three picks himself after injury over for Roberto Firmino, and suspension starts for Darwin Núñez, as is Mohamed Salah on the right, Roberto Firmino through the middle, and Luis Diaz leading the line. On the bench is Adrian Davis, the 2 sub-goalkeepers for Liverpool, Fabinho, Kostas Tsimikas, Fabio Carvalho, Bobby Clark, Stefan Bajic, Nathaniel Phillips, and Sepp van den Berg. Liverpool are in white shirts, white shorts, white socks. Manchester United are in their traditional red shirt, white shorts, and black socks. The referee and the officials are all in black today. The referee is Michael Oliver, and he comes from Northumberland. Stuart Burt and Simon Bennett are the assistant referees. John Brooks is on 4th official duty, while Darren England is on VAR duty at Stockley Park, with Timothy Wood, his assistant, down at Stockley Park today. We're now going to fetch in our co-commentator who is making his commentary up debut this evening, also making his JB Sports, our Storm FM. His Storm FM is TC Up 2 and debut as well, and that is Leo Redgrave. And first of all, Leo, very warm welcome to the commentary up. Looking at the Well, first of all, welcome to the commentary. How you doing, my friend? You okay?
Yes, good evening, Russ, and it's great to be here. Great to be part of the commentary hub. We look forward to what is going to be a really fantastic game between Manchester United and Liverpool. Obviously, contrasting starts to the season. Both sides are going to be looking for the first win, and it's going to be a very entertaining game. You know, there are a lot of subplots in terms of the team lineups, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one, Russ.
Yes, and if you just put there some interesting news for the team lineups. As you heard when I went through the starting lineups, four changes for Manchester United, two headliners in that Harry Maguire and Cristiano Ronaldo dropped for Manchester United by Erik ten Hag to the bench. Erik ten Hag not messing about with his change after a bad performance last week from Manchester United. What have you made? What have you made to Manchester United start to the game today for Manchester United for Manchester United
Yeah,
and the changes that he's made,
I, I,
especially
I,
with dropping
yeah,
Ronaldo and Harry Maguire.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, firstly, I think it's a big statement in intent of Erik ten Hag. I think he's made a big statement in dropping Harry Maguire, who's his captain. Harry Maguire's form has been quite poor. Just going back to last season, he's quite slow on the turn. I mean, his performance against Brentford, he made some terrible errors in terms of passing the ball back to David De Gea. And just looking really uncomfortable. So I think he's took him out the firing line to probably, give him a bit of a break from that constant scrutiny, and obviously see how Varane and Martinez both kind of link up as a partnership at the back. A lot has been made up, obviously Martinez height at only 5'9". It would have been obviously better to see obviously Darwin Núñez up against him, but fortunately for him, he's not up against quite a big, tall kind of striker like that. And then just looking through the lineup as well, I mean, Anthony Elanga's got his opportunity down that right hand side. So he did really well last season, coming into the latter stages under Ralph Ragnac, and he'll be looking at making a marker. And I think what an opportunity is for Marcus Rashford, often seen as a number 9 by a lot of people, not really had the opportunities to play as a number 9. He's been brought in from the left to go straight through that number 9. Again, a big statement dropping Ronaldo, but there's been a lot of talk in the media and in the press about, Cristiano Ronaldo. Will he stay? Will he go? There's a lot of obviously subplots to go, but I think it's a real vote of confidence for Marcus Rashford to prove that he can play in this number 9 role and get the goals for Manchester United. They've obviously picked quite a strong team. It'd be interesting as well to see how the midfield link up with obviously Christian Eriksen and Scott McTominay as well. Not a natural defensive kind of player in there, so it's going to be interesting to see how they work. I'm not too sure, if I'm being honest with you, regarding Christian Eriksen playing that number 8 role. He's more of a number 10, but obviously with Bruno Fernandes there, it's going to be interesting to see how they play and obviously not getting each other's way.
Yes, and if you're just looking at if we just look at the Liverpool side, before we move on and touch on a big news story which happened earlier today, as we see level 3 changes for them. Nat Phillips unsurprisingly drops to the bench. Darwin Núñez,
Yeah,
very stupid of what he did last week, as I think every football fan would say. And then looking at it and then Fabinho drops to the bench as well. Henderson back in and takes the captain's armband. Joe Gomez in a centre back, which would probably be expected. And then Roberto Firmino back from injury. Was you when you were looking at the team who's ahead of this game and options that Jurgen Klopp had ahead of him this evening? If I were to say, would this be your starting lineup if you was in the Liverpool dugout and you was Jurgen Klopp? Was this team that he's put out today be your starting lineup, or would you have played someone say like Fabinho in there to give a bit more control? I know Henderson has can have control in there. But would you have kept in the same midfield from last week, or would you have fetched in the Liverpool captain into the starting lineup there, Leo?
Uh, well, personally speaking, I would have preferred to see Fabinho in there. I think Fabinho brings that defensive kind of nous to that midfield where he can obviously protect the back four. He can also slot in it right back as well. So he's got that clever kind of defensive play. Often James Milner would come on and help Liverpool see the game out or change the game if they was behind, as you kind of seen in the first game against Fulham. But it'd be interesting to see. Obviously, Henderson will bring a lot of experience, a lot of drive from that midfield position. Harvey Elliott is impressed in his start. Against Crystal Palace, he's got a lot of skill, a lot of drive, a lot of energy. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. And it's a great opportunity for Joe Gomez. I think he's not had a lot of luck with injuries. He's not played a lot, so I think obviously with Matip out, and also the other options, it's centre back. I just think he's got a real opportunity to really lay down a marker now and prove, obviously with Konate out as well, to really show that he belongs in this Liverpool 11. Just going back to up front, obviously Darwin Núñez is going to be a miss. I think he really impressed when he came on against Fulham. I think what happened against Crystal Palace is something he's going to have to get used to. The Premier League is a tough league. There's going to be people that will try and obviously wind him up and get in his face, and he's got to really kind of stand his ground, not get involved, really concentrate on the game. He's only a young lad, and he will learn from that. I'm sure Jurgen Klopp's obviously had a conversation with him and said, look, concentrate on your game. Do not get involved in scraps or personal battles. Just concentrate on doing really well. And I think obviously with Firmino coming back, he knits the play so well. He'll drop into that number 10 role. He'll drop into midfield. He'll spread it out wide. He's such a skillful player, and I do rate Firmino so highly for Liverpool. And obviously Diaz with a fantastic goal against Crystal Palace. I think he will bring a lot of pace and aggression down that left-hand side. But I think the main man for Liverpool tonight, and the person that they will look to get on the ball and really drive into the box is Mohamed Salah. He's such a massive player for Liverpool. He's got such a great record. He scores a lot of great goals, and I think he's going to be the key player to Liverpool tonight. And it'd be good to see how well he does against Manchester United. But it's just going to be important for them to really kind of press United, really get in their faces, not let them settle, and hope the anxiety that they've shown in the last two games against Brighton and Brentford, and really press them into making the same sort of mistakes.
Yes, and there's been a big news story today from the world of football and women's football as well, and it's that England striker, and she was more recently in Manchester City as well, Ellen White, the European winner with England this summer, which we brought you here on the commentary with Nicholas Jones providing the commentary for the Women's European Championship final. Ellen White has today announced her retirement from international football. She is the part of her statement. I'm not going to read it all to you guys. It says, "This has been one of the hardest decisions of my life, but one that I know is the right decision for me. This decision has always been one I wanted to make on my terms, and this is my time to say goodbye to football and watch the next generation shine." She said, "It's been a great honour and privilege to play this game, in particular playing for England, as it always will be the greatest gift." And she says her dream came true on the 31st of July when winning the Euros and becoming the European champion with England, an England record, which I think speaks for itself, became the women's all-time top goal scorer, and she's just a two ahead of Eriksen in the all-time between men and women's, one behind Wayne Rooney as well. But 113 caps, 52 goals, and one England legend. Ellen White has hung up her boots, and from everyone in the commentary, all the best to Ellen White. And I'll just touched upon it there. Women Euro winner with England in the summer, Leo. Fantastic career, Ellen Zad. What have been your memories of Ellen while watching England Lionesses in any of the Super League, and what's been your memories of Ellen? And what have your memories of Ellen in the Euros that we've just had this summer?
Yeah, I honestly think it's a real fitting farewell for such a top player as in Ellen White. I think her record of 52 goals and 113 appearances for England has been absolutely tremendous. She's 33 now. She's going out right at the top level. Obviously, winning the Euros was a special event, not only for the Lionesses, but all the football fans out there. And I think she will go down in history as a fantastic player, a true legend, and someone who will look back fondly over her international career, that she managed to achieve a lot. Her goals record is absolutely outstanding at international level, and to think that she retired after winning the Euros is part of that special group of Lionesses who really kind of took the game to Germany and never gave up and won. And I think everyone around the footballing world will wish Ellen White the best retirement that we can offer, because she's achieved everything that she's needed to, and I hope she goes on to future endeavours.
Yes, and fantastic work from Ellen White and all the Lionesses this summer. And then we've just seen Casemiro just on the field getting a fantastic reception to Manchester United. Faithful today looks like that deal is going to be very, very close to being announced now by Manchester United. He's said to be a new Manchester United player, not signed in time for tonight. But we've got a big game on our hands this evening. Fantastic game. Manchester United against Liverpool is coming up for you. And we've got it all here on the commentary hub, the home of alternative commentary, with myself, Russ Vernon, alongside Leo Redgrave. It's not one to be missed, and we're going to have plenty more matches coming up over the next few days as well. We'll be following that all the way through as we get ready for Kickoff, which is happening happening very, very shortly at in the match which is taking place at Old Trafford. We'll be back with you very, very shortly for all the best of the build-up and the players coming out very, very shortly. Kick-off, fast approaching, is Manchester United against Liverpool in the Premier League on the Country Hub. Country Hub 2, JB Sports, Storm FM, and the Country Hub Twitch channel as well. Don't forget, you can tweet us if you want to. Commentary Live 1 is a place to do it over on Twitter. You can also like our Facebook page, facebook.com/the Commentary Hub. And we've got very big, big matches to come rest of this season. Big result over the weekend. One of the shock results over the weekend, you'd have to say, came at Ellen Road. Weren't shocked to me. I had full faith in the lads at Ellen Road, who are pals of mine, as one of the lead songs normally go, as Leeds United beat Chelsea yesterday by 3-0. We've got some Premier League 2, which is under 21s action taking place today. Currently half times in those ones is Nottingham Forest 0, Middlesbrough 2, and Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Brighton 0 in the Premier League 2, which is the under 21 games. Serie A game underway already. Sampdoria against Juventus. It's 0-0, and an earlier result sees AC Milan, AS Roma should I say, be come on say by a goal to 0. From a Manchester United player, Chris Smalling netted the goal there. And a commenting already, Mike is on. Our colleague of the TCO, Mike, is on with us, and he says, Russ and Leo, should be an enjoyable game this. Yes, it should, Mike. Should be an enthralling game as well. Hopefully plenty of goals in this as well. There is a half-time score in La Liga, where Elche are taking on Almeria, and is currently 1 apiece with between those two sides. Later on tonight at 9 o'clock, we're into the second half in our game. Girona against Getafe gets underway in that one. Some games in the MLS in the early hours of the morning. I'm watching this one early hours of the morning. Charlotte FC against Orlando City. Orlando City claimed the 2-1 win with an 89th minute winner in that one to keep their good form going. Sporting Kansas City demolished Portland Timbers by 4-1 in Nashville. Soccer Club beat FC Dallas by 4-0 in the early hours of the morning as well. Got some plenty of matches coming up on the channel. Hopefully we'll have some matches next weekend on the channel to bring to you. In the matches should be some good games being brought on the channel. I know next week that we should have a one from the Premier League as Arsenal take on Fulham. Hopefully we'll have that one for you. And Michael said, welcome to the team to you, Leo. Yes, a big welcome to Leo to the commentary, making his commentary debut this evening. Some breaking news just in from Manchester United. I did say that Casemiro was out on the field of play ahead of kickoff. Manchester United have in the last few minutes confirmed the signing of Casemiro. He's been at Old Trafford tonight, and Manchester United have said in a statement just released a quote away this evening, Casemiro has completed his transfer to Manchester United from Real Madrid subject to UK visa requirements. The midfielder has signed a contract until June 2026 with the option to extend for a further year. The Brazilian international has played over 550 professional games, including 63 for his country. He has won 22 major honours in his illustrious career, including 5 Champions League titles and the Copa America. So Casemiro has joined Manchester United now. Just quick words as the teams are in the tunnel ahead of kickoff. He said, the opportunity to start a new challenge of Manchester United in the Premier League is extremely exciting. I'm not sure what exciting about playing for Manchester United in the Premier League this season is at the moment, after their bad start to the season. He said, I've worked with many great managers in my career, and having met with Eric and his ideas, I can't wait to work closely with him, himself and my new teammates in the coming years. I'm ending one beautiful journey in Madrid, while starting another in Manchester, as determined as ever to win football matches, win trophies and make our fans proud by bringing success to this great club. Everybody knows the history of Manchester United, the significance of the club around the world, what it means to its supporters. To represent United, Manchester United, it means it's an honour, and I'm ready to give everything to help the team achieve our ambitions. The teams are on the way out of the tunnel right now, led out by Michael Oliver, the match referee. Kickoff is fast approaching. And Mike has already started his way. We'll have the Arsenal game against Fulham on the channel on Saturday evening at 5:30. That's our next live offering after today. As the team news are coming out, as the teams are coming out, we'll remind you of the teams very, very shortly if you have just joined us. But what a gaming prospect we've got, like Leo and myself said at the top of the show at 7:30 p.m. this evening. It is 7:57 and the teams are just making their way out onto the field of play. Eriksen just clapping the Manchester United fans as he works his way down. I thought with their mask off, the red, and there's Jurgen Klopp just walking down to go into his area of the dugout. There's Mohamed Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Roberto Firmino in there as well. There's Andrew Robertson, Alisson, Jordan Henderson there, Michael Oliver, the man in the middle, and there's the Manchester United captain in Bruno Fernandes, and some of the Manchester United players as we remind you and we acquaint you with the two lineups. So in goal then for Manchester United is David De Gea. A back four then of Diego Dalot, Rafael Varane, Sandro Martinez, and Teo Malacia for Manchester United. He's their backside. Christian Eriksen continues in the deep midfield role, and he's partnered by Scott McTominay. He's one of Three changes. Anthony Elanga, Bruno Fernandes and Jadon Sancho are just behind the striker Marcus Rashford, who's in attack. Anthony Martial is on the bench for Manchester United today. I'll run you through their bench very, very shortly. This is how Liverpool will line up. It's Alisson who starts in goal. Virgil van Dijk continues as the centre-back. He's got Joe Gomez alongside him today. Alexander-Arnold and Robertson are the full-backs. Harvey Elliott, John Eriksen comes back in for Fabinho and James Milner as well in midfield. Darwin Núñez is banned. Starts his three-match ban. Roberto Firmino returns from injury. Mohamed Salah and Luis Diaz, either side of him, is up front for Liverpool. Let's run you through the subs bench for Manchester United. It's Tom Heaton, Harry Maguire, Cristiano Ronaldo, Anthony Martial, Fred, Luke Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Donny van der Beek, and Alejandro Garnacho. As for Liverpool, their bench is Adrian and Davis, the two sub-goalkeepers. Fabinho, Costas Tsimikas, Fabio Carvalho, Bobby Clark, Stefan Bajek, Nathaniel Phillips, and Sepp Vandenberg. There's fives and pat on the backs between the two managers, and we're all set and ready to go. There's Rafael Varane on the screen there alongside Lisandro Martinez, just there, just having a talk, last minute talking. And Leo, just another quick one as we almost set for kick-off in what's going to be a good game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just want to, the question I was going to pose to there, Leo, is you've seen, just saw there Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez together. Last couple of games, and Maguire started alongside Lisandro Martinez as the game is about to get underway right now, as it'll be Arviela to get us underway. We'll just let this game kick off and then I'll ask you that question I was going to ask you, as it'll be Arviela to get the game off and underway for Liverpool. Liverpool all in white, taking the goal to my left. Manchester United in red shirts, white shorts, black socks, attacking the goal to my right, and that's first half. Let's throw towards Luis Diaz, and Manchester United lose possession early on, and he's back with Alisson, who then finds Virgil van Dijk as Liverpool have the ball at the back and spread the ball out wide, looking for Mo Salah to try and get in behind straight away, and he almost gets there, but Melissa gets it back to via Martinez there to help him out. Alexander-Arnold picks up. You saw there just before kick-off the two centre-backs from Manchester United having a chat as a free kick is awarded, fouled by Alessandro Martinez on Mohamed Salah, and so Martinez and Varane having a chat together. How crucial is their partnership going to be today, Leo?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big call by Erik ten Hag to bring, obviously, Varane into partner Martinez, because they haven't obviously played, that much together. So it's a big call. And, you're up against an outstanding attacking trio in Luis Diaz, Roberto Firmino, and obviously Mohamed Salah. It's going to be a real tough game for them. It's going to be, watching those kind of runs, looking at those cross-field passes that Trent Alexander-Arnold always plays. So, they're going to have to really be on that game tonight to make sure that they're cutting off those runs and making sure that they're keeping quite close to that attacking trio and making sure that they don't get a lot of time on the ball in and around the box, and also, as they get down the ring. So it's going to be an interesting combination for Manchester United. And like I said, it's a big call, but I think it's one Erik ten Hag had to make because Maguire's been playing with a lack of confidence, and I don't think his performances are warranted, playing in this Manchester United team, because he hasn't played that well.
Yes, as Manchester United almost got 2-1 in, but fantastic defending from Virgil van Dijk prevented that. And now Mohamed Salah picks up possession. Back to Trent Alexander-Arnold, not missed much. Coming up towards 2 minutes and 20 seconds gone. It's Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0, as Liverpool have it with Joe Gomez. He looks to play that to Salah, but then he changes his mind and finds Virgil van Dijk. Across now to Andy Robertson. Down the line it goes into Luis Diaz, who just keeps the ball in play under pressure from Diego Dalot and gets away from him, and then Henderson with a clever flick into Firmino. And now it's Harvey Elliott Just for example, there's Trent Alexander-Arnold to get the ball back for Liverpool. Liverpool punching to the challenges early on as that comes off John Henderson and rebounds into the arms of David De Gea, and a good bit of start there from both sides as De Gea just gets set to, as you see Trent Alexander-Arnold on the screen there. Now De Gea gets ready to clear long downfield, looking for Sancho, and he finds him. It's now Sancho's there again. Here's McTominay into Fernandes, and he gets Marcus Rashford through here. Marcus Rashford inside the penalty area. Shot is blocked by Virgil van Dijk. Comes to Bruno Fernandes. Now Christian Eriksen back to Martinez. Now Varane. Rafael Varane. Good stuff from Manchester United here. Diego Dalot back into Varane, and Varane now finds Martinez. Martinez spreads the ball out wide into the path of Anthony Elanga, who just loses out there, and Manchester United just tidy up. As now here is Malacia, and Manchester United just keep in possession. Eriksen down the line, it goes into Elanga. Elanga now back into Rafael Varane. 4 minutes gone. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0. Here on the commentary up should be a good match list. Neither side yet to get to win this season. Liverpool will be able to keep their unbeaten record going by claiming their first win of the season and move up to 5 points, put the pressure on the top two. Liverpool's slow start is giving probably an upper hand for Manchester City, the Manchester United City rivals, in their race for the Premier League title come the end of the season. As here is Alisson for Gomez as Liverpool will look to come forward. Good ball into Mo Salah. We've got Trent Alexander-Arnold inside of him, and he opts from now. Elliott into Henderson. Firmino back to Henderson once more, and he goes out wide to Andy Robertson. Forward it goes into Firmino. Milner makes that favourite run. James Milner inside the penalty. James Milner still going. James Milner goes down inside the box. And Matt Lewis says no penalty, and it's a goal kick to Manchester United. And what did you make to that there, Leo? Was it a penalty for you?
No. For me, he's obviously just tried to keep the ball into the box. He's tried to keep close control. And obviously what he's done, he's turned away from Varane. He's tried to get back on the ball. And yeah, there is a little bit of contact, but for me personally, it's not a penalty. It's something obviously Varane's got to be careful of. If he goes lunging in, it might be a different story next time. But it just goes to prove that obviously Milner, even at 36, he's still driving into the box. He's trying to get involved, and he's going to be such a top player for Liverpool this evening.
Yes, fantastic starters. Manchester United come forward again. He's Anthony Elanga, left-hand side. Over that far side as we look. Manchester United back in possession as here's Eriksen to McTominay. Now Varane. Varane being put under pressure by James Milner, who puts under pressure David De Gea, but De Gea manages to clear. Flicked on there by Fernandes, looking for the run of Elanga. And he's now got Rashford in behind us. Rashford goes down under the challenge of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Manchester United have a free kick. 6.5 minutes gone here. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0. Manchester United with a free kick, and a fantastic bit of play there from Marcus Rashford to win that free kick.
Yeah, free kick in a very, very dangerous area for Manchester United. Obviously, he's gone down, and it's definitely a free kick. You've got to obviously look at someone like Christian Eriksen, who's so good at these dead ball settings. He's going to be obviously looking at testing Alisson from here. Looks like he's going to take a shot, and Alisson's got to watch this because he might try and get this in at the near post. So dangerous moment here.
It is, yes, as Eriksen stands there. Oliver just blows his whistle, and Eriksen goes for goal, takes a deflection off of the wall and behind for a corner. Just to go through the officials again is Michael Oliver, Stuart Burton, Simon Bennett are the assistants. John Brooks is the fourth official, and Darren England is on VAR duty. Timothy Wood is his assistant at Stockley Park. As here is Malacia to tail the corner, 7.5 minutes gone. Remains goalless here at Old Trafford in the match. That we are bringing you here on the home of alternative commentary. The Commentary Hub, also on JB Sports, Commentary Hub 2 and Storm FM. Also on our Twitch channel as well if you want to listen to it over there.
Yeah,
As the ball breaks.
a bit of a wasted corner there from Milner. He's obviously tried to play it quite deep and quite wide, and it's just gone to nothing. So I think he was trying to aim it for someone who was on the edge of the box. But yeah, a wasted corner there for Manchester United.
And Manchester United have a throw come off Harvey Elliott, who slipped when he tried to retrieve the ball, thinking it was a Liverpool throw-in. As Malassi will look to take the throw-in. He's wanting Martinez to come a bit closer towards him. And he's looking for options. He has to go down the line towards Rashford. But Anderson's bad there to clear for Liverpool and out of play for a throw. He's coming up towards the final first few minutes of the game. Almost 9 minutes gone. He remains goalless here on the Commentary Hub if you're just tuning into us right now. As there's a foul there, is it, by Delon? Nothing given. It has now been given.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a foul.
And Manchester United continue playing on, thinking it wasn't given. Probably couldn't see the whistle there for a moment, but it was definitely a foul there for me.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you on that, Russ. He's obviously clattered into Diaz, and it was a definite foul. But obviously, the referee looked at it and just thought, well, let's try and just keep the flow of the game going.
Yes, so the ball is played forward. Here's McTominay to get the ball back. Plays the ball through for Bruno Fernandes. He's across to Anthony Elanga. Yes, the post. Comes back out to Jadon Sancho. Right hand side. Liverpool having to regroup as he comes off. And Robertson behind for a corner. And almost the first goal there for Manchester United.
Yeah, it looked like Virgil van Dijk, and it's happened time and time again this season where the Liverpool defence have been napping, and obviously Elanga's got in. He's tried to play it round Alisson, and he's obviously hit the post. But Liverpool have to stay awake and keep onto these players because that could have potentially been a goal there, Russ.
Yes, as a corner kick comes in, Van Dijk, who made that mistake, heads it clear to Mo Salah on the edge of the box. Salah up against Malacia. Malacia pushes it out, and Liverpool have a throw deep inside their own half. It's almost 10.5 minutes gone, and Manchester United almost went to goal up there. We've just seen this goal again. Ball got through. Fernandes plays it through, and there is an open goal there, but he couldn't take the chance. Ten Hag there, I'm just seeing, almost thought he was going to be able. Fantastic effort there from Anthony Elanga. Good start to the game, this. Manchester United giving it as good as they've got. The last two results from United have appeared not to be any dividends on this. No free kick there against Bruno Fernandes as Anderson can fetch the ball away for Liverpool. Up towards Luis Diaz. And the guy that comes out of his goal is a throw to Liverpool, which Andy Robertson will take. Good start to the game. 11 minutes gone, still goalless. As Liverpool and Manchester United and Liverpool battle, here, should I say, as it's taking place at Old Trafford. Good start to the game.
Yeah, it looks like obviously Manchester United are kind of dominating these early kind of periods. They're getting the ball out to the wide positions, obviously getting the likes of Elanga on the ball and really kind of driving down that kind of right-hand side. So it's important that, Liverpool keep it tight. Don't allow the chances that obviously the Elanga chance that kind of hit the post. So it's important that the players stay switched on and not make the same mistakes that have happened in the previous games, alluding to the Fulham game now.
Yes, here is James Milner for Liverpool. Feeds into Joe Gomez, who almost a fault. And I'm just wondering on that chance there for Elanga. When I saw it then, I'm wondering where Trent Alexander-Arnold was. There was a big gap over on that far side for Elanga to come through and take that shot on. Is Salah to Alexander-Arnold back towards Salah, but he runs out of play for a throw. Up close to 12.5 minutes gone. It's still Manchester United and Liverpool nil. See Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench. Last 14 games is the leading goal scorer for Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo, with 9 goals in the last 14 Premier League games. The leading goal scorer this season for Manchester United, though, is not Cristiano Ronaldo. In fact, he's not a Manchester United player. Do you know who it is, Leo? Who's the top scorer for Manchester United this season?
I'm going to take a guess. Is it Fernandez? Bruno Fernandez?
No, he's not a Manchester United player at all. It, in fact, is Brighton's Alex McAllister, who scored a goal in the Brighton 2-0 win against West Ham yesterday. His own goal on the opening day of the season is the only goal that Manchester United have scored this season, as the ball from Alexander Arnold tried to find Salah. And Malacia put that ball out there. And last week, it was 30 years since the Premier League started. Let us know your favourite moment from the Premier League so far. We'll be getting Leo's shortly. I'll give you mine as well shortly to remind people if we didn't tune in last week. Where were you last week on my commentary for Liverpool against Crystal Palace? Here is Luis Diaz, back to James Milner, and now here's Luis Diaz once more. Luis Diaz does well. Finds Jordan Henderson, who turns away from his man, who was Bruno Fernandes, and then finds Alexander Arnold. Chip ball looking for Luis Diaz on the edge of the box. Manchester United just got the ball clears. Elanga gets their Gomez off against Henderson, and Alexander Arnold has to go inside to retrieve. Here's Van Dijk sending the ball over the top for Mo Salah. Brilliant bit of play from Mo Salah inside the penalty towards Bobby Firmino. They ran across there to tidy up brilliantly. Henderson with a looping ball forward. Comes up. Sancho there. Manchester United will come to you in a second. As Manchester United on the attack here, Leo. And the ball's played into Marcus Rashford on this right hand side. No one inside the penalty area for him to stretch. That's to hold up. The play is Fernandes, edge of the box. Into Christian Eriksen. Looking for his first Manchester United goal since Johnny from Brentford. Now is Malacia. And Malacia's forced back to Martinez. Now here's Elanga. Eriksen. Back into Elanga. Here's Sancho. Jadon Sancho, still going. Jadon Sancho! And Manchester United have taken the lead. Jadon Sancho with the Manchester United players' first goal of the season. It's a first. It's a deserved lead for Manchester United. It's at 15 and a half minutes here at in the game at Old Trafford. It's Manchester United 1, Liverpool 0, and Liverpool with sixes and sevens there at the back, like they were against Fulham in the opening game. Liverpool haven't got going here. Manchester United are in the lead, thanks to Jadon Sancho, Leo.
Yeah, it's those quick passes of play that they've obviously, gone into the box. It's a great bit of skill, by Jadon Sancho. He's kind of turned onto his left, then back onto his right, and he squared it into the goal. But, you can't say it hasn't been coming because Manchester United have been on top. They've really proved that kind of that right-hand side, and, they've got to close them down a lot quicker. Those quick passes of play. Manchester United have obviously got the ball back with Sancho, and he slotted it in. And Liverpool got to respond quick because it's not been the best of starts from them. And United, you've got to say, deserve to be in front.
Yes, they do. And Mike Horniman has got his favourite Premier League moments in. He says, "Not sure I can go anything other than Invincibles, the Arsenal Invincibles." Although he says Leicester winning the league at 5,000 to 1 is a close second. And he says deservedly for Manchester United, which we've both just been saying. They've been on top so far, and that goal has been coming for Manchester United. They lead by a goal to 0 against Liverpool. We'll get Leo's favourite Premier League moment very, very shortly. Next time, when we have a stoppage in play, we'll get Leo to bring his favourite Premier League moment to our listeners. So stay tuned for that, folks. Here is Gomez into Harvey Elliott, who will try to help Liverpool respond. And he comes forward here, Elliott. Spreads the ball out wide to his left, and Andy Robertson, or from the back, goes inside to Henderson. Back into Robertson. Firmino edge of the box. Now it's Firmino. This time it was Diaz originally. Headed away to Milner. Towards Firmino. Gomez intercepts there. Anderson wins it back for Liverpool. It's Diaz, who scored last week, a fantastic goal last week. Plays 1-2 with Elliott. Luis Diaz. Still going! On Fazi just wide, and that's the first real chance on goal that Liverpool have conjured up, and it's taken them 18 minutes to do so. And on just over 18 minutes, it's Manchester United 1, Liverpool 0. That's the first
Yeah,
real chance Liverpool have had a note there, Leo.
that was a lot better, a lot crisper kind of passing in between. The Liverpool forwards. Obviously, Diaz got himself into a really good position. He's just kind of ski whiffed it a little bit. If he could have showed a bit more composure, that perhaps would have been in the back of the net. But a lot better from Liverpool. You want to be seeing them driving into those kind of forward positions, getting into the box, and really creating those chances. So a little bit better from Liverpool.
Yes, bit better there from Liverpool as Diaz brings under his spell and then finds Andy Robertson, who has to go back to Alisson under pressure there from Marcus Rashford. Alisson finds Gomez and he will look up and he can only go sideways there to Virgil van Dijk as Liverpool trailed by a goal to nil. If you're just joining us, Jadon Sancho with the goal for Manchester United, and it was a fully deserved goal too. Here's Joe Gomez to Bobby Firmino, sprays it out wide to Alexander Arnold, tries to get the ball over the top for Salah. Well, Manchester United are cutting them balls out, and now the goal scorer Sancho coming forward. He's got Rashford in behind here. Marcus Rashford, fantastic ball there by Joe Gomez. He stands
That
up
was
Rashford now. This near side of the left, and Rashford just falls down as Liverpool just fetch the ball away. Here's Milner
that was a
spreading the play out
fantastic.
wide to the right to Elliott, and we'll get to Leo's thoughts on that bit of play there in a second for Manchester United. Can fetch him in now as the push out to the back, and another good bit of play there for Manchester United. Just didn't resolve in a shooting opportunity that time though.
Yeah, that absolutely, and what a fantastic block there it was from Joe Gomez, getting down quite quickly, blocking that shot, and that's what you want to be seeing from the Liverpool defenders, because as you've seen over the last couple of weeks, communication hasn't been great. A couple of positional problems, obviously with Trent and Van Dijk, obviously switching off. So it's really important that they stick to their players and really kind of drive down it and make sure that United are not getting these shots on target.
Yes, as Liverpool can't get Luis Diaz in behind there from Bobby Firmino's pass. As now a ball forward there from Bruno Fernandes, couldn't pick out Rashford, and Sancho or Elanga there as Manchester United gift possession back to Liverpool. Here's Andy Robertson, poor start from Liverpool this season. You may remember just 2 points from the opening 2 games of the season. As here's Joe Gomez, but Joe Gomez has played the ball straight out of play when trying to find Mo Salah there as Liverpool they don't like it like Jurgen Klopp don't like it like this at the moment. Could be I'm not sure in the last time Liverpool didn't start so well in the season. So we have to go back years. Maybe probably before I were born, probably even before Leo were born, last time Liverpool had a terrible start to a campaign like this as we see Andy Robertson. Back he goes to Van Dijk. Now Alisson to clear forward. There's a flick on from Milner. And now Firmino. And then Anderson can't pick out Elliott. Milner can though. And Milner fetches it. And Elliott finds Salah towards the penalty area. Edge of the box. Still going more Salah up against Eriksen. Out wide for Elliott. Into Milner. Edge of the bar line. Can't pull the ball back. And he goes behind for goal kick there, I think. Let's just see this on the replay. Does he go behind for a goal kick? Or does the goalkeeper claim it?
Yeah, it just looks like it's gone
Just went
out
behind for a goal kick.
for a
Well,
goal kick. Yeah, but
good bit of play from Liverpool, but just couldn't find the ball in the final third there from so far for Jurgen Klopp's side.
Yeah, it's been good from James Milner. I mean, he's obviously one of the oldest players on the pitch, and he's driving into that kind of 6 yard box, trying to get involved, trying to get the ball across the box. And he's shown a lot of endeavour, and that's why Liverpool fans and football fans in general love James Milner, because he provides so much energy, so much drive, so much passion, and he's such a top player. Like I said, even at the ripe old age of 36, he's such a key player for Liverpool. So, it's good signs. He's probably been Liverpool's best player so far for me.
Yes, fantastic. I must have to agree. Milner, he's always been Mr. Reliable, whichever club he's played for. Played for Leeds United in the past, Manchester City as well, Newcastle, to name just some of his clubs. Scored his first Premier League goal at the age of just 16 for Leeds United against Chelsea. As Alanga comes forward now for Manchester United, Alanga gets fouled there by Alexander Arnold and Joe Gomez, and it's Alexander Arnold who goes into the book there for a foul on Anthony Alanga, penalised for the foul there. The Liverpool right back, and a clear decision there for me.
Yeah, it's another free kick, and it seems to me that they're targeting that right hand side. And with Trent, his positional play, sometimes he can switch off, he can get caught out of position, and I think that's what Anthony Elanga is really targeting, that right hand side. And they've got another free kick in a real dangerous position. Obviously, Eriksen standing over it. So it's a dangerous position, and Liverpool have got to defend this free kick really well now.
Yes, it's more of a crossing position than a shooting position this time for Manchester United as Christian Eriksen just he goes for goal and almost scores there.
Yeah,
And, and I think Alisson tipped it over. He did. It's a corner to Manchester United.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to dip a little bit. So Allison was right to kind of tip that over, So it's good that he watched that all the way and got it tipped over. So again, corner to Manchester United. Liverpool have got to stay on it and defend this corner well.
Yes, they've got to stay switched on here. Liverpool as Malacia takes this corner. It's a deep one towards the back post, just over the head of everyone, and behind for a goal kick to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Just went over the head there of Bruno Fernandes. Another poor corner from Malacia there, Leon. I think Eric Ten Hag may possibly have to take him off corners.
Yeah. I think militias really struggle to provide those kind of set pieces of playing a decent cross into the box. And like you said, you need possibly someone like Eriksen on these kind of corners, like the free kicks, where you can provide a top ball. The other thing I was going to say, Liverpool have got to keep this right-hand side a bit more tighter, because every time United are getting forward, they're targeting that right-hand side. Alanga's getting on the ball, driving forward, and Trent keeps getting caught out of position. So it's important that they tighten up. And I think Jurgen Klopp will be watching that area quite closely and thinking, well, what can I do to tighten that up? And have a word with Trent about that.
Yes, absolutely, mate. Absolutely, there it is. Andy Robertson. Down the line it goes to Luis Diaz, who turns away from Dallo and then gets fouled there by Rafael Varane. And Rafael Varane will go into the book here for a foul on Luis Diaz. And for me, that looked a bit like, I'm just going to watch it again before I make that assumption. For me, this is like similar
That
to
to
the
me,
challenge that Koulibaly did yesterday when Joe
yeah,
Gomez got past him. Not as high as Koulibaly on Joe Gallo yesterday in the Chelsea Leeds game, but
yeah, I
similar sort of
absolutely agree.
decision there. As it's
Absolutely
a free
agree with.
kick from Alexander Andy Robertson, should I say? I almost said Alexander Arnold, because he's one of the ones who takes the free kicks, but it was Robertson this time and he's cleared away there. But
Yeah, I
Liverpool,
absolutely agree with you on that yellow card. You can't go steaming into players like that. Not really playing the ball. And I think Varane was lucky that obviously he didn't get a yellow card on that foul in Milner earlier in the game. So I think Mike Oliver's done well to let things go. But he definitely deserved that yellow card. You can't do that. He's obviously tried to block Diaz and took him out. So I think he's going to be walking a bit of a tightrope in this game now.
yes, I think he will be. And I think Liverpool may need to target Rafael Varane, try and get him to do more of those fouls and get him sent off as Man United have dawdled on the ball. Robert Firmino can't play the ball in. Elliot there. Here's Milner gets the ball to Alexander Arnold. Now is Mohamed Salah. Right inside of the penalty area. Salah to Anderson on the edge of the box. Snapshot there from Jordan Henderson. Hitting into the ground with a side footer. And he goes wide. 28 minutes to go. Manchester United 1, Liverpool 0. And Liverpool starting to wake up a bit and causing Manchester United a few problems there. Henderson won the ball back well. Couldn't find him initially there. He then broke for James Milner. Worked it out wide to Mo Salah. And then
Yeah,
you saw the run of Henderson from the top of the pitch to the middle with his side foot snapshot. Goes wide, may have just come off his shin there, I think.
yeah,
100% sure.
he definitely just slashed that out. Unfortunately, he just needs to show a little bit of composure when he's on the turn and trying to get that shot off. But yeah, it's just important that Liverpool keep up this pressure, really trying to get back into the game. And it looks like obviously United are getting a bit more.
It looks like Liverpool man try and do that now. Leo is Luis Diaz is up against Diego Dallo, battling for possession. Ball stays in. And Manchester United have won a free kick there for a foul by Luis Diaz and Diego Dallo. And for me, I'm thinking Luis Diaz was fouled first. I'm surprised the referee has not given the. I'm surprised the referee's given the foul to Manchester United rather than against Manchester United there.
Yeah, it looks like obviously Diaz wasn't too happy with that decision, and it seems to be, that there was both kind of going at it, unfortunately. So it's important that obviously Diaz keeps his head and really, kind of torment Dallo and keep getting into the game because, Liverpool just seem to be on top at the moment.
Yes, it is. Harvey Elliott. The goal behind all Liverpool has come towards half an hour of the 30 minutes. Half an hour gone in the game. Here is Robertson. Here's Diaz. Good spell this from Liverpool. Luis Diaz inside the penalty area. He's crossed his blood by Diego Dallo. And he's behind for a corner. Good defending from the Manchester United right back there.
Yeah, great defended by United. He's trying to show him down the line. He's got in front and obviously diverted away for corner. But this is better from Liverpool. They've got a corner now. They've really just got to make sure that they can make it count now and try and get back into this game and score a goal because, this is from a good position now. So let's see what this corner can do for Liverpool.
Yes, Van Dijk's up there from the back. Gomez is up there too. Liverpool plays in around that penalty area. Diaz is in there. Comes for the near post. He's headed away. Comes out to Gomez. Here's Alexander Arnold. Whips the ball in towards the back post and goes behind. And that's a ball back in from the England international, Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he goes just wide on Manchester United. They've got away with one there. 31 minutes. Almost gone here, and he's Manchester United 1, Liverpool 0, as we just see a photo there of Casemiro. 336 appearances for Real Madrid, 15 trophies, 5 Champions League titles, and he's just 30 years of age.
He's going to be an interesting signing for Manchester United because, he's 30 years of age. He's played at the top level throughout the game, but United have been lacking this defensive player that can really slot into that midfield position, who can really kind of dominate games. Obviously, it's going to be a total different situation, coming into the Premier League. He's not going to get as much time on the ball as he would in La Liga, but it's the type of player that United need in that midfield to provide a bit more bite, a bit more drive, because you've seen with the likes of McTominay and Fred, they haven't provided that for Manchester United for a long time. So it'd be interesting to see how Casemiro gets on now that he's signed for Manchester United.
Yes, it is a throw to Manchester United after Alisson cleared it into touch. But that throw is being wasted as here is Gomez to hit the ball forward, looking for Mo Salah, who puts pressure on Malacia to go back. And he finds Martinez and does that brilliantly to get Manchester United away from danger. Bruno Fernandes up against Alexander Arnold, and he does well to find McTominay. Trying to pick out Rashford, who just gone offside, and that ball had been had too much on it. Anyway, so he wouldn't have caught it even if he was onside, and he came through to Alisson. And Alisson plays a better pass this time as Liverpool will build out from the back.
Look at that
Just seeing the
possession as
last
well,
15
Russ.
minutes, possession wise, Liverpool 83%, Manchester United 17%. Liverpool now beginning to dominate possession. Just need to dominate chances now, Liverpool, and have some shots on target and test
Yeah,
down again. Because we saw in the game against Brentford last week and in the first game to a certain extent against Brighton, Manchester United defensively were struggling. And if you shoot on sight against David Ayer, he's got a mistake in him, so it could cause a few problems. It could get a few goals if Liverpool decide to shoot on sight in this
yeah.
game, which they've something they've yet to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you see it like Diaz's goal against Crystal Palace, he's picked up the ball and he's hit it with such venom, and it's beat the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. So, when you've got players of that quality who can hit the ball really, really well, you've got to get them on the box, on the ball in and around the box, and they can create chances. So, as you can see with the possession stats, Liverpool starting to keep the ball, starting to really drive up the pitch. So it's important that they make this dominance count and try and get back into this game.
Yes, it is. Jordan Henderson plays the ball into RV Elliott. Now, Mo Salah there, who just lost out. And he's a throw to his throw to Liverpool. Good bit of tackling back by Manchester United to keep possession. You can see a few Man United fans just no bad animosity from the Manchester United crowd. I can tell you, no chance for Glazers to go yet. They're all loving life, getting their first win against Liverpool if he stays this way over the season. Having lost the final two games, which you'll see West Ham remain bottom of the table. Here's
This is better by
Firmino.
Liverpool. This
Good
is
better from
better.
Liverpool. Diaz. Eye wide to Salah. Here's Alexander Arnold across the face of goal. Comes to Elliott, whose shot is blocked. Comes across here now for Jadon Sancho to keep the ball in. Finds Diego Dallo, who comes running away with it and plays it forward. Manchester United giving the ball away. It's Milner and Liverpool, with 10 minutes to go in this first half, starting to cause a few problems.
Yeah,
Manchester United 1, Liverpool 0 is the score. As is Joe Gomez. Jordan Henderson now with possession, and we get some more thoughts very shortly of Leo Redgrave very soon on this first half, and both the teams in general will get the thoughts of that very shortly as we see here's McTominay winning the ball back, but he's giving it away to Trent. And then Arnold is winning the ball back again. But Gomez gets the ball back this time and he's back to Alisson as Liverpool just ball back with the goalkeeper. So far, with as we're into the final, to about 9 minutes until half time there, Leo.
yeah. It's a lot better from Liverpool. They're keeping possession. They're obviously trying to drive through the midfield while trying to thread these passes through to the likes of Diaz and Salah. And obviously keeping possession is key to this game, I think, because United haven't got that natural kind of defensive midfielder in their ranks. So it looks like they're trying to obviously pass around it, trying to get into decent positions. And trying to get into into the box and trying to get back into this game. So Liverpool have done really well. It's just about creating these chances now and trying to get this first goal.
Yes, absolutely. It is Alexander Arnold into RV Elliott. Down the line he goes towards James Milner. Milner gets there. And his cross is cut out by Sandro Martinez. And Manchester United will come away with possession. But Henderson has won the ball back for Liverpool against Rashford. And then Alexander Arnold plays inside to Joe Van Dijk. As Alexander Arnold lifted that over Bruno Fernandes. And now Andy Robertson gets the ball out wide to Luis Diaz. Into Bobby Firmino. Back to Diaz. Now Andy Robertson, should I say? Now Andy Robertson again, and Andy Robertson, who just hits him this time, and he's back. Take the air, who just keeps on the ball and just calms it down a little bit at the back, and Manchester United will try and come forward again now with Tyrell Malacia into Christian Eriksen, who may be playing a bit deeper role, but seems to be doing well in that deeper role today. As is Liverpool pressing against Rafael Varane and win a throw-in out of that. Diaz is waiting for the ball to come and he will look to take the throw-in. Luis Diaz will leave it. He leaves it and Andy Robertson from the back comes forward to take. Near side, just a few yards away from the edge of the box, he's into the penalty area from Henderson. Cross towards Salah at the back post. Van Dijk heads the ball back in his Malacia headed away first time, and then Bruno Fernandes goes down under the challenge of James Milner. And Manchester United have a free kick, and bad challenge there from James Milner.
Yeah, I think James Milner's just reminding Bruno Fernandes that he's about and he's very, very competitive. Great tackler, as we all know. And, he's just making sure that he keeps exerting his authority on that midfield. But, again, a great passage of play, by Liverpool. They're just still not getting that ball in that final third and not creating the right ball at the moment. But looking a lot more kind of promising over these last kind of 20 minutes, so it's important that they keep possession, keep on top, and just try and remain patient. I think that's going to be Jurgen Klopp's message to them.
Yes, and just seen on his monitors a few minutes ago that Thiago's out injured alongside the suspended Luis Diaz, and I'll ask you a question in a minute as it is, and Alexander-Arnold coming forward, Trent Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool. Back it goes now as Liverpool just sees the ball coming forward with Jordan Henderson to Mo Salah, who's onside. Here's Harvey Elliott. Complicated Luis Diaz, and that's cleared away up towards halfway, which Joe Gomez brings it down under his spell and fetches the
Great
ball
ball
back
there.
into Liverpool's position, and a fantastic ball across to pick out Andy Robertson, left hand side. Here is Jordan Henderson. Back to Andy Robertson. Jordan Henderson once more. Now Virgil van Dijk. Joe
This is
Gomez.
better by Liverpool.
Here's Firmino into Elliott. How wide is Alexander-Arnold?
Yeah, great
The
block
ball
there.
in. His Salah shot is blocked from Sandro Martinez, and he's behind for Colin Martinez. He's getting high fives from his teammates.
Yeah, great block by Martinez. He's got down really quickly. You can see with Salah, he's ready to pull the trigger. Martinez has got down, made sure he's deflected that wide. But again, Liverpool getting into really good positions in that 8-yard box. So it's 6-yard box. So it's really important, Oxford, to just keep this pressure on, make this corner count.
Yes, can Liverpool make this corner
Oh,
count here?
oh,
Robertson takes it
there.
in. Almost an
Wow.
own goal! And
Almost an
across the
goal
line
there, Ross.
of Elliott and wide.
Wow, what happened there, Ross? It looked like
Oh
it
my
just
word,
nearly
how did
kind
that
of
not go in? I just want to see this again. And I think it's Fernandes and
he's kicked it
Martinez
against his
on the
own player here,
line.
yeah.
Let's just look here. Milner heads and Bruno Fernandes hits it against Martinez against the line, and just Martinez and ball it on the line here. No, he doesn't. It's his chest.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that
And
was nearly another
I think
error.
I'm hearing as well here. I'm just hearing as well with the check for potential handball there, boys. Definitely come off his chest. But
Yeah,
Martinez, fantastic blockers. Fernandes almost scored an own goal there.
yeah, absolutely. It was nearly another mistake by Manchester United, which was seen in previous games. They have got it in them. Fernandes obviously kicked the ball against his own player, nearly scored an own goal there. So, again, a lot of anxiety in that Manchester United box. But again, like I said, Liverpool growing into this game. They're playing really well. They're getting the balls into the box. And they seem to have a bit more control onto the game.
Listen, Fernandes goes down, no foul given. And listen, into Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz said down enough. Foul theirs. Fernandes just gets back to his feet now. As he is Rashford, who's onside, cuts inside of Van Dijk, but Van Dijk reads out well. And Liverpool just trying to fetch the ball away. Here's Milner. James Milner with possession for Liverpool. Back to Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robertson now. Down the line it goes. Into Luis Diaz. Back to Andy Robertson as Liverpool will come forward. Here's Firmino. Joe Gomez. Jordan Henderson. Here's Andy Robertson. And now into Lewis Diaz and Andy Robertson's coming forward now. Wide to Harvey Elliott. Elliott trying to get the ball in round to Andy Robertson. He has, and he's behind for a corner. Good bit of play there from Liverpool, and it's better from Liverpool there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're trying to obviously play down that line again, getting into the box, ready to put that ball across into a danger area. But again, another corner. Liverpool playing really, really well, starting to really put some pressure on Manchester United just before half time.
Yes, into the final 2 minutes before half time here as Liverpool come forward. Andy Robertson with the corner. It's over everybody's head in there, and Arnold heads it down to Elliott. Now Gomez spreads it out wide to the left in Andy Robertson. And Robertson trying to play down line for Henderson. Comes off Bruno Fernandes. And it's behind for a throw to Liverpool. And Liverpool putting under a bit of pressure. Andy Robertson for Liverpool putting Manchester under a bit of pressure towards the end of the first half. Something that they've not really done much of in the first half. Milner towards the penalty area. And it's claimed well there by David Ayer. And David Ayer claims it well and controls. And Manchester United just calming it down. And we've got coming up to us about a minute left before half time. And with that in mind, Leo, thoughts on that first half? Thoughts on the first half in this game here, which is taking place at Old Trafford between Manchester United and Liverpool, which Man
Yeah,
United leading by a goal to nil.
yeah, it's been a good half for both teams. I think United certainly in the first kind of 15, 20 minutes, they was really impressive. Obviously, Anthony Langer, was tearing down that right hand side, getting into those tight spaces. Jadon Sancho got his goal, took his goal really, really well. But I just think United have kind of backed off a little bit.
As Manchester United have just considered a free kick there, so I have to cut you off there. As Lewis Diaz is fouled, and there's a yellow card coming out here for, I think it's Diogo Dalot.
Yeah,
For the
blatant
foul down
foul
on Lewis
again.
Diaz. And we've just seen this again here, look. Definite foul there, but I think both for coming through the back. But I think he may have just got a touch to the ball, where it's a challenge from behind, which is why Diego Dallo, the Portuguese international, has picked up a booking. Went to first half stoppage time as we
Yeah,
get a minimum of 1 minute
free
added as
kick.
we free kick for Liverpool, which Andy Robertson will look to take. Alexander Arnold is just inside of him. Andy Robertson to take. Into the penalty area it goes. Headers are up there. Manchester United just act the ball clear towards halfway. Joe Gomez brings it under control. Back to Alisson in the final 30 seconds of the first half. Manchester United 1, Liverpool 0. As Manchester United look to see the first half out with a 1-goal lead, thanks to the goal from Jadon Sancho early on. As the Dalot heads the ball clear as now Elliott finds Andy Robertson.
Yeah, half-time
Andy
whistle's
Robertson
gone.
switches the play well to Alexander Arnold as there goes the half-time whistle. And Manchester United lead by a goal to nil thanks to Jadon Sancho with the goal after a fantastic bit of play for Manchester United to take the lead. And it's 1-0 down for Liverpool. 16 minutes on the clock when that goal was scored. Just to tell you some scores, it's currently Nottingham Forest under-21's 1, Middlesbrough 4 in the Premier League 2, the under-21 league. Wolves 1, Wolves 2, Brighton 0, should I say, is a score in that one. I'll tell you the other scores in a minute, but just final thoughts on that first half, Leo, before we take a break for
Yeah,
half time.
I think United dominated the opening kind of stages. Like I said, Alanga's had a lot of opportunities to drive down that right hand side, really picking up those spots that Trent Alexander-Arnold is left open, and obviously Jadon Sancho took his goal really, really well. But Liverpool started to come back into the game, exerting a lot more pressure, keeping possession, look a lot more threatening, but they just haven't had those clear-cut chances as yet. And I think Jurgen Klopp will be saying to them, keep your head down, keep playing well, be patient, and the chances will come. So it's been, so to speak, a game of two halves. But I just think Liverpool are looking the better side at the moment.
Yes, Liverpool towards the end of that first half were the side on top, but Manchester United have that all-important goal which they really desperately need. Manchester United lead by a goal to at half time. And Southampton will be back in plenty of time for the second half. Don't go anywhere, you're listening to the commentary hub. Welcome back to the ready for the second half coverage of Manchester United against Liverpool. Manchester United currently lead by a goal to nil thanks to Jadon Sancho's first half strike on 60 minutes. Fantastic goal for Manchester United. If you all were listening to our coverage and want to get in touch and let us know your thoughts on the first half, where you're listening from, and how this game has been going so far, do let us know. You can tweet us, tweet at Commentary Live 1 and get in touch with us there as well, where you can find out what matches we've got coming up for you. Also, we've got live. Also, we've got some more live coverage later this later in the week. Well, next Saturday, our next live offering. Hopefully, we'll have some in midweek as well if we can. But definitely, we've got some next. The second half will be coming up very, very shortly between Manchester United and Liverpool. It looks like Manchester United are going to be making a change at half time as Anthony Martial is about to come on for Liverpool against Liverpool. So let's say we'll see who that's going to be for in a second. And we'll wait for the second half to kick off and the players to come back out. We know that Anthony Martial is coming on, but would you be surprised if there's no changes made by Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool there in the second half? Leo?
Yeah. I mean, during that latter part of the first half, Liverpool did kind of come back into the game a lot more. We had a lot. Liverpool had a lot more kind of control of that half. So I think obviously Jurgen Klopp's looked at it, and Liverpool haven't got the strongest bench tonight, so I think it's just saying, look, let's just be patient, let's just keep the ball, let's keep probing, let's try and get back into that game. I would like to see Fabinho introduced at some point. I think Milner's done a great job in the first half, but obviously Fabinho just gives that bit more kind of defensive nous. Can trap the runners a bit more. So and also they've got a fantastic talent in Carvalho as well, who I think's started to make a big impact when he's come on previously. So again, he can create that bit of magic, which I think could really open things up there for Liverpool.
Yes, absolutely. And as I mentioned, Anthony
But
Martial is a player who's set to come on for Manchester United. Interested to see who's going to be the player coming off. I wonder who's that's going to
I
be.
wonder if they're going to take
As
off
we,
Rashford. Do you think, Russ?
it could be, but
Because Martial's been playing as a striker during pre-season.
be sounds of it. So I'm just looking at some of the players that's coming back out now for Manchester United. Marcus Rashford is there, and I think from what I've
Yeah.
just been hearing, it could be Anthony Elanga who's gone off, and I think that's because from what I've just been hearing, Elanga has got a bit of a injury, and it is Anthony Elanga.
That's a shame because
I think Elanga has picked up a bit of a knock there, and that's why Elanga's had to go off. So I think what he will have done. I'm just doing now is a tactical switch. So Elanga off, Anthony Martial on. So I think what we'll see now is Marcus Rashford going up front for Manchester United. Going out wide for Manchester United, maybe.
Yeah, and it's a shame for Anthony Elanga because thought he was one of United's best players in that first half. I think Anthony Martial obviously played up front for United during the pre-season friendlies, so he's impressed and he's done really well. And Eric Ten Hag has obviously got a lot of faith in him, so it'd be interesting to see how well he does in that kind of centre forward role. Obviously, Rashford going back out on the wing where he likes to play as well. I don't think he's quite done enough as that number 9 to really shine for United tonight. So, it'd be
Yes,
interesting switch for United to make.
yeah, absolutely. So Anthony Martial then on for Anthony Elangas. Manchester United make their first change of the evening. 5 substitutes are allowed, 3 separate intervals, which does not include the half-time interval. We'll go through the teams in a second. Andy Robertson for Liverpool coming forward, and is Sancho there, and Diaz is got there for Liverpool. Into Firmino, edge of the penalty area for Bobby Firmino, and Luciano goes out of play for a throw. We'll get to your team news and we'll get early thoughts on the second half shortly from Leo Redgrave. This is what Liverpool young club will have wanted, this positive start. And just as I say that, Andy Robertson just slips over as Milner tried to find him with a return pass from the throw in, and he's behind. And Manchester United have a goal kick, and there's Luke Shaw, and there's Aaron Maguire there on the bench. I can see Cristiano Ronaldo back there as well. Aaron Wan-Bissaka there, Tom Eaton there too. So it'll be
Yeah,
interesting
Ronaldo
to
doesn't
see
look
as we
too
go.
happy, does he?
No, and I think he's, and I'll go, and I'll say my reasoning why in a minute. This is Elliott coming forward for Liverpool into Milner as Manchester United concede a free kick foul there on James Milner as he wins an early free kick. I'll just really quickly run through the teams. It's De Gea in goal for Manchester United. There's a back four of Diego Dallo, Rafael Varane, Alessandro Martinez, and Taro Melissa. Is Christian Eriksen and Scott McTominay in front of the back four. And then it is now Marcus Rashford on the left, Jadon Sancho on the right with Bruno Fernandes in the number 10, and Anthony Martial on for Anthony Elanga through the middle. As this is a free kick from Liverpool from Andy Robertson, comes out towards Mo Salah on the edge of the penalty area. Rashford wins the header there. Here's Luis Diaz for Liverpool. I'll go through the Liverpool side in a second, and the 2 subs in a second as Liverpool just coming in forward again. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Good run from Alexander-Arnold. Still going inside the penalty area now. Puts the ball in. Comes to Avila, 2 shot is blocked, and the shot blocked just goes behind for a corner to Liverpool. So quickly when you through Liverpool
Good.
team, it's Alisson in goal, the back for Alexander Arnold, Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robertson. A midfield trio of Arvia, Jordan Henderson and James Milner, Mo Salah, Roberto Firmino and Luis Diaz up front. We'll get the thoughts of Leo's on the opening exchanges so far in the second, plus the 2 subs and reminder of the officials as Alexander Arnold's corner is in and Mo Salah hits it over. Poor effort there from Liverpool on 49 minutes. Is Manchester United 1, Liverpool 0, and a poor effort there from Mo Salah.
Yeah, it's been a good start to the half by Liverpool. They've really started as they were in the first half. Started on the front foot, really getting, at United. Obviously, the forced corner there, which was a little bit wasted there by Trent. So it's just important that Liverpool to stay in the game, not concede a second goal, really keep probing this United kind of team because I feel like Liverpool can get back into this.
Yes, it's Sancho. Spreads out wide to this left of Rashford. Instead of making that tactical switch, Manchester United when Martial comes on a first round ball, nothing given. As Alexander Arnold clears it away into Roberto Firmino. Firmino loses out to Martinez and the ball's hit forward again. Sancho's there. He's lost out this time. Sancho gets the ball back. Anthony Martial, Eriksen now, Malacia, Rashford. Let's see on the overlap. Rashford crosses charge down by RV Elliott and is down for it. Manchester United throwing. The substitutes, remaining substitutes for Manchester United is Tom Eaton, the sub-goalkeeper, Aaron Maguire, Cristiano Ronaldo, Fred, Luke Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Donny van der Beek and Garnacho. I'll go through Liverpool ones in a second. As Eriksen gets the ball forward. There's a play down for Manchester United in Malacia. And Manchester United have won a free kick. The referee just gave him a bit of time there to give that free kick. And in end, to give him a bit of time to think about it. And in end, the free kick has been given. Manchester United lead by a goal to nil against Liverpool. As we just see this. Just stamp on him by Oviedo. Just no intentional as Manchester United fans get behind their team for the first time this season. As Malacia takes a free kick in towards the penalty area, punched away by Alisson. He had to punch that away, couldn't claim it, but the flag is up there against McTominay, I think, who was just offside. We'll have a look at that in a second, hopefully. Simon Bennett putting his flag up there. The bench for Liverpool is Adrian, Arvid Davis, Fabinho, Costas Tsimikas, Fabio Carvalho, Bobby Clark, Stefan Bajic, Nathaniel Phillips and Sepp van den Berg. The officials then is Michael Oliver. Stuart Burt is on this near side. Simon Bennett on the far. John Brooks on fourth official. And VAR is Darren England, assisted by Timothy Wood this evening. As Liverpool will try and come forward and try and get back into this game. And try and cause a problem really for David De Gea in the Manchester United goal. They won't do that just yet. They could do now, and Arnold is the forward. The one though, Manchester United have just defended that well. And then Henderson gives the ball away. As here's Anthony Martial, winning football through from Marcus Rashford. He's onside. Marcus Rashford! 2-0 Manchester United! And Manchester United take a 2-goal lead now. And this game could be well and truly going away from Liverpool as Marcus Rashford has doubled Manchester United's lead. The goal will go to VAR for potential offside, but he's a tie one, and I'm not sure if he's going to be given so tight. And let's see what you think, Leo Redgrave.
It looks like a tight VAR call. He might be slightly off. I mean, he's obviously took the goal well, but is he slightly off there? It's a very, very tight one. But, United obviously broke away so quickly there. Rashford, took his goal fantastically well. But see what Michael Oliver's going to look at it. I mean, it was poor from
Michael Oliver getting ready for
instructions.
Michael Oliver's getting instructions from Darren England. I'm just seeing on my monitors is potentially on. He's going to be given the goal's going to be awarded by VAR for. He's onside. The check is complete, and the goal has been given. Manchester United do lead by 2-0 thanks to Marcus Rashford's goal there on 54 minutes. His first Premier League goal since January as well. And Manchester United are 2-0 up, and Liverpool have it all to do now in the game at Old Trafford. Manchester United 2, Liverpool 0 is the scoreline.
Yeah, it's a big blow to Liverpool. I thought they was coming into the game.
Yes, it's Elliott. Let's see the ball to Salah. Gets it by now. And now James Milner's in behind you. Oh. James Milner for Liverpool inside the penalty area. Still being Milner. Twisting, turning. Ball can't get turned in by Lewis Desmond. Inside the centre, inside the slingshot area. And Manchester United I'll just go away with that one there as Milner pulled the ball back. And Diaz could get out. Liverpool almost a team back. Should have been Manchester United on the attack again now. Here's Rashford, the scorer of the second. He's stopped in his tracks by Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's behind for a corner. And this has been a fantastic start to the second half. And this is the goal again for Marcus Rashford. And we see that brilliant ball through from Anthony Martial and finished off fantastically well. And Manchester United have a 2-goal lead now against Liverpool.
Yeah, it's a real body blow to Liverpool. Like I said, I thought they was coming into the game really, really well. Martial, there was a mistake, obviously, in the midfield. Liverpool gave the ball
It's a
away.
corner
Martial got
to
the ball
Manchester
away
United
to
though.
Rashford.
Eriksen with the corner cleared away by Liverpool. Sancho flicks the ball back in. Redgrave Reynolds on his own side. He brings it down under his spell. Back to Rashford. Oh, shot is saved by Alisson and behind for a corner. And that, and you know,
Great save.
from what I saw there as well, from what I saw there, fantastic save from Alisson. And I saw Michael Oliver, before it even went behind, still pointing for a corner. Before it even gone behind, you can see here, he points for a corner just as the ball is just gone over the line. So he's pointing before it's gone over the line there, Michael Oliver. So the corner was given. It was a penalty. Liverpool get the ball cleared by Firmino to Rashford to Sancho, who can't find Eriksen, who can keep it in. And Liverpool have a throw over that far side. Marcus Rashford with 5 goals in the last 11 meetings against Liverpool for Manchester United. Sancho, Fernandes and Lingard now at Nottingham Forest with 1 apiece for Manchester United. That's a fantastic challenge there from Lisandro Martinez at the back as Liverpool try to come forward. There's Luis Diaz up against Diego Dalot and Jadon Sancho. And Sancho comes away with possession and Manchester United come away with the ball. Van Dijk says, here's Henderson picks up the Liverpool captain into Harvey Elliott inside the penalty area. Harvey Elliott goes for goal and fires into the side netting. And Manchester United still remain 2-0 up. But that was a decent effort there from Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, it looks like they're bringing on Fabinho, which I think is a change Liverpool need to make. Add a bit more kind of control into that midfield, a bit more kind of drive. In order to get back into this game, I feel like the second goal that United scored had knocked a bit of stuffing out of Liverpool, so they need a goal to get back in the game. And obviously bringing on a player of Fabinho's quality will really help Liverpool.
It will indeed, as they come Liverpool with Firmino. Spreads the ball out wide to Luis Diaz. Diaz back to Henderson. I wonder if it'll be Henderson who could be coming off, could be Milner. We'll wait and see. Probably Henderson will probably come off, I'd have to say, because with Fabinho being a more defensive minded player than an attacking minded, unless they decide to go to a 4-2-3-1, as Rashford plays the ball over the top for Bruno Fernandes. But Alisson gets there and throws it over the head of Rashford. Fernandes is now Milner. Plays the ball out wide and he's been given a free kick to Liverpool for a foul by Bruno Fernandes on James Milner. As now, I think Liverpool will make their change now. It is Jordan Henderson, the Liverpool captain, who will come off and he'll be replaced by Fabinho. And just a quick one while this substitution is being made, just to remind people of my Premier League moment, it is the Sergio Aguero goal which won the Manchester City the title on the final day of the season against QPR, when it looked as though Manchester United would have won it after winning away at Sunderland, until that Aguero moment. Mike, who was getting in touch quite frequently in that first half, he said he's not sure he could go any other than the Invincibles, although Leicester winning it at 5,000 to 1 is a close second. Well, not much is really happening, coming up towards an hour gone. Leo, what is your Premier League moment in the 30 years the Premier League has been
I think
happening?
for me, yeah, I think for me over the past 30 years, there's been so many outstanding moments. Obviously, with Leicester winning the Premier League, the Aguero winning goal for City. But for me, the outstanding one was Liverpool winning the title for the first time. It's been a long time coming for all Liverpool fans, and I think although they did it to an empty stadium, it was great to see Liverpool winning that first title.
Yes, it's Scott McTominay was away. McTominay can't pick up out a pass there now. Diaz, under a bit of pressure from Scott McTominay, and Diaz does well to keep the ball. And then McTominay gets the ball back and he's out of play for a throw to Liverpool, and there was some fantastic bit of play there from Luis Diaz there as Manchester United tried to get forward. James Milner and Virgil van Dijk are having a go at each other every 2 seconds now by the looks of what I can see here. I'm not sure why those two keep having a go. I wonder if it's because of Van Dijk's poor positioning or Milner's poor positioning for some of the play. Be interested to see what happens there. Throw down the line it goes, cleared away by Liverpool as Alisson stops it from going out for a corner. Delos there. And Fernandes almost scoring with an acrobatic effort, but it was just offside. And Manchester United, if they'd have gone in, wouldn't have countered. As is Arviel now coming forward for Liverpool. Wonderful bit of play from Arviel into James Milner. Down the line it goes, looking for Roberto Firmino. Firmino coming forward and it's out of play for a throw for the Sandro Martinez. Here's James Milner. And Firmino now is Alexander Arnold switching the play for Andy Robertson. We can't find him because he's headed away by Dallon now. Sancho gets the ball for Anthony Martial, and Anthony Martial's away into towards Jadon Sancho, and Liverpool clear not very cleanly though as Van Dijk just clearing him, just tidying up, in Liverpool just tidying up now, and Andy Robertson can fetch it up towards halfway for Liverpool over on that far side. Good play from Andy Robertson. Down the line it goes. Good play. Still going. Edge of the penalty area is Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah. And it goes out for a throw. Good start from Liverpool in the second half. Just need to. And the Man United got that goal, and it's been a good response to going 2-0 down from Liverpool as Gomez finds Elliott. Elliott back to Gomez. Gomez chipping it in towards Firmino. Missed kicks there, and Sancho clears up towards halfway. And a poor effort there from Firmino. Tried to hit it on the half volley, but just missed his kick there. And Manchester United just having a lot of defending to do at the moment. As is Alexander Arnold coming forward. Good bit of play. Edge of the penalty area is Firmino. He's Salah now. Now Diaz. Salah can't pick out Firmino. And he's behind for a goal kick. And Liverpool have just not got their passing into gear in the final third.
Yeah, it's been tough for Liverpool. They're obviously trying to get back into this game. They're not creating a lot of chances, and I think a big thing to remember as well, Liverpool haven't got many attacking kind of options off the bench. So they've only got like Cavalier, who I think would be an ideal person to kind of bring on into this game. But they're just lacking. They're obviously trying to go back into that game, exert that kind of that kind of possession that they had, but they're just struggling to get those clear-cut chances. And they're obviously missing those two in the crowd.
Yes, I was about to ask you as well, and I was about to ask you, Leo, Thiago being out injured, do you think he's been a big miss for Liverpool so far this season?
Yeah, absolutely. He's got that ability to create something from nothing. He's probably one of the best number eights, not only in the Premier League, but in the world. He hasn't had the best luck with injuries since coming to Liverpool, but, he's just got that ability to really create, like I said, something from nothing, penetrate the ball, look for those openings. And I think Liverpool really do miss him. Liverpool haven't got many options at the moment in midfield, and I think the sooner he comes back for Liverpool,
Have you ever pushed the ball in? Andy Robertson in the back post. Well, the offside flag is up. And Liverpool almost got in, but that's just offside in the end there. And Liverpool, just looking at this again here now, I'm not sure if he may have just been offside that Elliott as he picked the ball up. And he shouldn't have never been offside there in the end.
No, it looks like it was a bit of a tight one again.
Is the air who clears it away for Manchester United as Elliott flicks the ball on. He's breaking down here now as here is Joe Gomez under his spell into Harvey Elliott. And now Firmino Elliott again. Here's Salah away from Malacia. Mo Salah inside towards the penalty area, and Malacia is behind for a corner. Good play there from Mo Salah, Leo.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're trying to get obviously Mo Salah back into the game a little bit more, and they're trying to get him on the ball, trying to create a few more chances for him. But a little bit better from Liverpool. Got to start making these corners count though, Russ.
Yes, as Andy Robertson looks to take this corner, this near side, plays in with his left foot. Fabinho heads, and it's a save by the fantastic save by the Manchester United and Spain shot stopper. And it was a tame header in the end, not really troubling him much. An easy catch for David De Gea there.
Yeah, I think part of the reason why they brought on Fabinho is he has got that height and he's got that kind of presence in the penalty box where he can get his head on the ball and stuff like that. So I think he's going to be an asset for Liverpool going forward, especially with corners. Great ball there. Oh,
Yes,
this
as
is
here comes
close.
Liverpool again. As Arnold plays the ball through, looking to pick out Luis Diaz, but De Gea just scored there, just ahead of the Liverpool striker, winger in the attacking midfield player position today. But good bit of ball, good ball through. Leo, if you get your thinking cap on, my friend, because at around about the 85th minute, I will be asking you for your player of the match. So get your thinking cap on for the player of the match as Eriksen just stands on the touchline, ready to take a throw, but he said leaves it for Malacia. As chance of 3-1 Glazer out rings around here at Old Trafford. Even with Manchester United 2-0 up, they're still chanting for the owners to be sacked. To sell up, should I say, rather than be sacked. They can't be sacked unless they sack themselves, and that'd be something ironic, which I don't think I've ever seen a board member, owners of a club sack themselves from the club that they own. As here is Malacia. Martinez finds Diego Dallo. Diego Dallo over the top, looking for the run of Anthony Martial, and he's comfortably saved there by Alisson. And now Joe Gomez will fetch the ball forward for Liverpool. Into Alexander Arnold. Now Harvey Elliott. Here is Joe Gomez. Andy Roberts, Banjo Van Dijk, who's goes to Fabinho, and now is Joe Gomez once more. Picks out Alexander Arnold here. As Malacia gets across, and he does well to prevent the corner, and he's out of play for a throw to Liverpool near the corner flag and in line with the 6-yard box. Can Liverpool get something from this and cause a grandstand finish? If you're tuning into us, let us know where you are, let us know what you're doing while watching. Are you in the kitchen? Are you sat outside? Are you at work? Let us know what you're doing right now, and what are you listening to this game as Liverpool and Manchester United going back to back, battling here at Old Trafford, as the guy has not really had much to do in the game overall tonight. There's been more possession for his opposite number to have a lot to do, as Alexander Arnold tries to play a ball in towards the penalty area and it goes behind for a goal kick.
Looks like United are bringing on Fred as well to
Yes,
probably offer a bit more energy in that midfield.
I wonder if it'll be for McTominay or Christian Eriksen here, or it could even be for Bruno Fernandes and move Eriksen further forward. Or Fred will be coming on. John Brooks there, getting ready to hold the ball up, and it is going to be Jadon Sancho who is going off for Manchester United. So there could be a change in shape for Manchester United now, with Fred being a
Do you reckon they're going
defensive-minded
to go
midfielder.
4-3-3, Wood?
Could potentially go 4-3-3 with Rashford on one side, Eriksen on the other, up front, and then Bruno Fernandes, McTominay and Fred in the midfield trio. We'll work and see how this shapes out, but looks like it is a 4-3-3. Looks like it's a 4-2-3-1 still, and Fernandes has moved out wide to the right hand side with Eriksen into the centre at the moment, as is Andy Robertson. Does well to keep possession well. Is here is Fabinho. Good work. As here Joe Gomez coming forward. Does well, just Joe Gomez. Good bit of play to Luis Diaz. Out wide. Liverpool is just fending well. Navigator missed today through illness. Do you think Navigator's been a big miss today, Leo, for Liverpool? Are you there, Leo? Can't seem to hear Leo at the moment. We'll try and get him back in a second or so. Are you there, Leo? Can you hear us? Leo, we can't seem to hear you at the moment. Maybe we'll have to try and fetch you back in a second. Just bear with us a second. Just seem to have lost you for a moment. It's Manchester United, as Liverpool just prefer to fetch on Carvalho. And it will be James Milner, the player coming off. I think we may have got Leo back now. Leo, are you there, my friend? Can't seem to hear you at the moment, Leo. Just not sure what seems to be the problem. We appear to have lost Leo there for a second. We'll try and get him back. Flores Stella picks up his Bruno Fernandes. He plays it down the line as is Fernandes again coming forward. Good bit of play. It's Diego Dallo. Comes out to Fernandes. Fernandes goes down and there's a free kick to Liverpool, and there's a booking for Bruno Fernandes. And for diving, if I just look at this here, it is a blatant dive here for Bruno Fernandes, and that is a free kick, as Bruno Fernandes now goes into the book. And there's offside there against Anthony Martial. Some good bit of play there. We appear to have lost connection with Leo. We'll try and get him back in a second or so. As we watch Liverpool come forward, it's Alexander Arnold into Mo Salah onside. Salah to Carvalho, who is just offside. As the Liverpool try to come forward, as we just trying to get Leo back with us in a second. We'll be back with Leo in a second. Just bear with us. We'll be just having a few technical problems with Leo there as Liverpool just clear the ball away. Elliott is there as Rashford now comes forward. Still going Rashford. Edge of the penalty. Marcus Rashford! Just over. Brilliant bit of play from Manchester United there and from Marcus Rashford. Liverpool poor defensively there. And it goes down. I think we've got Leo back now. We'll try and fetch him back in. And Leo, poor defending there from Liverpool. What did you make to that chance there from Manchester United?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take it. You can hear me okay?
We can, mate. Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, apologies about that. A few technical issues, my own. Yeah, it's I just think United have kind of taking control of the game. Liverpool have just really kind of dropped off, hence the reason why they brought on Carvalho. United could have really sealed the game at 3-0 there, but I just think Liverpool are really, really struggling now. With 15 minutes to go.
Yes, and Lisandro Martinez is down with a bit of cramp inside the Manchester United penalty area, just inside the 6-yard box in front of the goal there, and that's the fantastic blob there from Martinez, and he falls down and he puts a block and is being put away. Looks like a bit of cramp. He's getting back, being held back to his feet there by David De Gea. And what have you made to the performance today, Leo, so far with 13 minutes left of the game from Liverpool this evening? What have you made to Liverpool's performance this evening?
Yeah, I think obviously for the first half they really kind of exerted authority over Manchester United after going that goal behind. Kept loads of possession, didn't really create many clear-cut chances. And I think I think second half again they started on the front foot and just really drifted out of the game. I think the lack of options off the bench as well has been a real issue, and it just makes me wonder if
Yes, it is. Solomon Sands penalty for Liverpool. Come back to your point in a minute as the ball goes behind, and it's a corner kick to Liverpool there as Liverpool almost going behind with Mo Salah.
got to make this corner count, Russ. Really got to make it count.
Yes,
we're going to get back into this game.
If Liverpool are going to get back into this, they've got, as Leo said there, got to make it count if they are to get back into this game. And then Arnold whips a corner in, and it down and up and saved comfortably there from David and Firmino with the header this time. Not a confident header. And he down into the ground, which made it easier for to make the save as Eriksen trying to fetch the ball down, but he's headed back to his own goalkeeper by Joe Gomez, who gets Liverpool moving fairly quickly now, Alisson, into Robertson, and he gets it back from Carvalho, the midfielder, as Liverpool will come forward. Here is Joe Gomez forward into Trent Alexander-Arnold over the top to the left-hand side. Crossfield pass to Carvalho. Fabio Carvalho got still going. Could have gone down inside the penalty area on the trend of Delors. Stays up. Over there to Firmino from Robertson's ball in, and he's out of play for a throw. Good play that from Liverpool. Putting Manchester United under a bit of pressure there. What did you think to that there, Leo?
Yeah, just I think really poor from Liverpool that they're just trying to play their way back into the game and that, but they're just trying to pass the ball into there, and it's just not happening for them at the moment. And with time rapidly running out, and like I said, a lack of options off the bench, it's proven to be a long night for Liverpool.
Yes, absolutely. Into a long night for Liverpool as Manchester United still lead by 2-0. 10 minutes left to play. As here is Luis Diaz now as Carvalho and him link up into Firmino, back to Carvalho, and Fabio Carvalho coming forward. Lovely run from Fabio Carvalho, goes down, no free kick given. Will Manchester United give the ball back to Liverpool as Gomez finds Elliott. Back into Joe Gomez. The centre back for Liverpool feeds Firmino. And Alexander Arnold straight wide right. This near side. Ball comes in. Breaks through Andy Robertson at the back post. Robertson across towards Firmino and a fantastic save by David Ayer to push it behind for a corner. And Liverpool almost get an equaliser. And that was going in there from Firmino. Fantastic save there by the Manchester United goalkeeper.
Yeah, De Gea being really alert there, just got a foot on it, and it looked like he was going in. But yeah, a great save there from De Gea, stopping Liverpool from getting back into this game.
Yes, and it looked like it was a known goal. Would have been a known goal for Martinez if that had gone in. Van Dijk can't get on end of that as he was being pulled.
Oh, Liverpool back in
Liverpool
it.
into the penalty area. Carvalho! Salah! Liverpool have put one back!
Yeah,
It's Mohamed Salah with the goal! And it's game on.
Bruno
And Bruno
Fernandes has
Fernandes
been.
is keeping hold of the ball while Liverpool have the ball. And there could be a fight going off here now between the two players.
Oh,
Liverpool
come
players,
off
and there
it.
is a fight going off here. And Fernandes has just been caught in the face by Mo Salah.
I think he's playing for that rush side. I think he's just trying to
And
slow the
Liverpool have
game
got to
down.
go back. 9.5 minutes to go. It's Manchester United 2, Liverpool 1. And it's a game on here now.
Yeah, a good corner into the box. Obviously, United tried to header it away. It went back in, and great shot there by Carvalho. And there was Salah just to head the ball back into the net. This is game on. Liverpool got this opportunity now to get back into the game. Lots of great reaction by Salah to get on the end of it and head Liverpool back into this game. 2-1, Liverpool got a chance to get back into this game now.
Yes, fantastic. Mo Salah has got his second goal of the season there for Mo Salah, having scored in the opening day 2-2 draw against Fulham. Obviously, didn't score against Crystal Palace last week. As here's Anthony Martial, who can't get an end of it as the ball comes forward down the far side. Coming up towards 82.5 minutes, final 7.5 minutes left to play. It's Manchester United 2, Liverpool 1. 10th goal for Liverpool against Manchester United from Mohamed Salah. A record from Mohamed Salah against Manchester United for Liverpool. Here's Christian Eriksen edge of the box for Manchester United. And his effort goes over. And Manchester United going very, very close there.
Looks like another change as
Manchester
well for
United looks
United.
like they're going to be making a change. And it looks as though it's Cristiano Ronaldo coming on. He's just putting on his yellow boots to come on. I'd be interested to see who goes off for Cristiano Ronaldo. Would you, if I were to ask you who you think it'd be, would you say, like me, I think Rashford. Would you agree with me there, Leo? That Rashford maybe the play coming off?
Yeah, I reckon Martial would go back out wide, and I think Rashford would come off.
Alexander Arnold puts the ball into the penalty area, cleared away by Manchester United. Eriksen helps it out further, but Andy Robertson helps Manchester United become inside run off. Robertson still going here. Breaks for now for Alexander Arnold. Liverpool coming again. Here is Mo Salah, turns away from Malacia and is behind for a corner. The last corner Liverpool had, they scored from. Can Liverpool score from this corner this time? Last 6 results, when they consider first in the Premier League, there's been 3 draws and 3 wins for Liverpool, 2 draws more recently. Tsimikas is Kostas Tsimikas coming on for Liverpool as well here, as probably for the corner take Andy Robertson, who takes this corner from the right hand side. The air punch is clear, breaks for Mo Salah edge of the penalty area. Now it's Alexander Arnold who strikes and he goes wide and behind for a goal kick to Manchester United.
Disappointing there. I thought Liverpool could have made something of that, and it looks like Liverpool bringing.
And Manchester United making 3 changes here with Van de Beek, Wan-Bissaka and Ronaldo coming on. But first off is Liverpool
Tsimikas.
change with Tsimikas coming on for
Andy Robertson.
Andy Robertson, like I mentioned. Now for the 3 changes for Manchester United sees Diego Dalot is the first one coming off. Marcus Rashford coming off for Ronaldo as well. And I wonder if he's going to be Diego Dallo off. Is Diego Dallo off for Aaron Wan-Bissaka? Marcus Rashford off for Cristiano Ronaldo? And is Christian Eriksen off for Donny van der Beek as Manchester United make 3 further changes, with Fred and Martial, the other two, coming on?
Yeah, it just looks like United are just trying to see the game out now with less than 5 minutes to go. Obviously, I think they're just going to try and stop Liverpool from playing and trying to get this equaliser now. So, yeah, I think they're just trying to see the game through.
Yes, it's there's the guy with the goal kick. He clears before Van Dijk heads the ball away. It breaks for Luis Diaz, out of play for a throw to Manchester United, with Aaron Wan-Bissaka will take on in the right back position for Diego Dallo, who has done well in that position for Manchester United tonight. And we've got 86 minutes, towards 86 and a half minutes on the clock. And I'll be coming across to you in a second. So, if you're not thought to get your thinking cap on for around about 30 seconds time, as I'll be coming to you shortly for your player of the match tonight. Leo, get ready to tell me your announcement of the player of the match.
Yeah.
Who is going to be shortly. We'll be able to find out who his player of the match is going to be shortly, guys, and it'll go across the bottom of your screen as well. As is Elliott coming forward for Liverpool. Can Liverpool get a goal to draw level here? Here is Alexander-Arnold into Roberto Firmino. No, it's not Firmino actually, it's Fabinho. And now Tsimikas. Down there for Carvalho. And Carvalho goes back, and with about 2 minutes left to play here, as we just watch this attack here, Salah puts the ball in towards Firmino, and then he's behind for a goal kick in the end. And with 90 seconds left of the game, Leo, who is your player of the match this evening?
Yeah, I think there's been some decent performances, but I think for me, man of the match has been Diego Dallo. I think he's handled Diaz down at left-hand side really, really well. I think he's kept him quiet after looking quite threatening in the first half, but I think he's had quite an outstanding game.
Yeah, so Diego Dallo there, the player of the match chosen by Leo Redgrave. If you agree with Leo, if you do not agree with Leo, let us know who your player of the match is. You can do that by getting in the live comments on our YouTube channel of the Commentary Hub 2JB Sports, or you can get it on our Twitch channel as well, or you can tweet us if you're listening via Storm FM. You can tweet us at Commentary Live 1. Use the hashtag POTM, and then also use the hashtag TCUB to gain your player of the match today. As we've got less than a few seconds to go now, as we come towards the final minute of the 90, as we try and see, I wonder how many minutes will be added on, as Elliott will leave the throw in for Alexander-Arnold to take.
5 added minutes.
Alexander-Arnold, and there'll be 5 added minutes in it, which will be confirmed shortly. So the final 6 minutes of the game, as Malacia came across to shepherd that out, and Martinez did that too, and then Fabio Carvalho came across and just pushed the Manchester United Martinez over there, and that could easily have been a free kick for Manchester United instead of a goal kick for that push there on Lisandro Martinez. And it's not been a good day at the office for Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp. Manchester United getting their first win of the season, especially after performances against Brentford and Brighton. They needed a bit of a response, Manchester United, and they seem to have got it today, as that ball's up towards Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo goes for goal, and he goes into the crowd and behind And there's the confirmation that there is 5 added minutes of the game to go. 5 added minutes is what's been added, and we've almost had 20 seconds of it. We've had 20 seconds of that now, and will Manchester United hold on to claim the win, or will Liverpool come back and get what is looking like to be an unlikely equaliser, as is Bruno Fernandes through to Anthony Martial, who's onside. Can't pick out Donny van der Beek, and Manchester United just couldn't punish Les. Fabinho gets the tackle, and there's a foul on Harvey Elliott, who's stayed down, and there could have been a potential booking there for Malacia, but the referee Michael Oliver is not giving him one. Were you surprised he weren't balled there, Malacia?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's obviously steamed into him there, and yeah, I think that should have been a booking there, but it looks like the referee's just let it kind of play on.
Yes, here is Fabinho for Liverpool coming forward, and Liverpool win a free kick. Fabinho appears to have caught Fernandes in the eye, as Van Dijk and Liverpool just going with the free kick as Liverpool come forward. Joe Gomez can step forward, no pressure on him. But can't pick out a teammate as Wan-Bissaka cut out his pass. But now picks out a teammate in Fabinho, can come forward, and he's fouled there by Donny van der Beek. And then there's the ball got played forward there by Fred. And Liverpool just have a free kick. Fabinho will leave this as Liverpool players just getting forward here. Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk's going forward. It's big Trent Alexander-Arnold to take. Joe Gomez won't be going forward. It's just Virgil van Dijk playing as emergency striker now. Joe Gomez is up there too. Van Dijk heads it towards Carvalho. He drops for Wan-Bissaka to clear away. In towards Carvalho again, who goes down. No penalty given. There's Van Dijk. Finds Carvalho up against Scott McTominay. Carvalho does well for Liverpool. Luis Diaz delivers the ball in, looking for Harvey Elliott, led by Fernandes. And now here's Van der Beek, across now into the path of Diego Dallo. Brings the ball down in his free kick to Manchester United. Diego Dallo and Anthony Martial being helped up there. Not Diego Dallo. And we're just looking at this bit of play again, and this is Martial's chance, and he should have, and that was unlucky. They should have probably tried dinking Alisson there, and he probably would have scored. Would you have dinked it in that position, Leo?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Russ. I would have tried to dink it as well, but it just looked like he made the wrong decision on that front.
Yes, as the ball is played forward, comes off the head of Tsimikas, and is behind third corner to Manchester United. And the ball boy there will just keep in possession. Martial wanted it, but he was waiting a bit longer before giving it him. And now Manchester United are just watching making sure the clock ticks down. Donny van der Beek. And Anthony Martial over this. Martial has it in the corner, comes off Tsimikas, out for a throw to Manchester United. Anthony Martial getting the ball, and will he be taking the throw in? It looks like he will be. Anthony Martial. Man United fans getting behind their team into the final towards 30 seconds of the game. Ronaldo goes down inside the box. No penalty. As Liverpool will try and come forward one last chance. Salah brings it down, but gives it away to Fred. And now Bruno Fernandes is away. He's got Fred on the overlap, but he tries to go looking for Ronaldo. Van Dijk cuts it out. Alexander-Arnold has to get this ball forward. Carvalho wins the header. Diaz was there too. And the free kick has been given against Diaz for foul on Bruno Fernandes. Into the We've played over the 5 minutes now by my watch. And Manchester United looks to have claimed a victory here. As Liverpool are getting beaten, and Liverpool have been beaten at Old Trafford. They've gone above Liverpool. They've gone above, out of the bottom three as well. Manchester United and Manchester United are revitalised now, it seems, after the 2-1 win tonight against Liverpool. Liverpool with the victory. With the defeat, should I say. Manchester United with the victory. Manchester United are up to 14th. Liverpool in 16th, and Liverpool are a point above Wolves and Leicester and Everton. So Liverpool lose on the weekend. Wolves, Leicester and Everton will all win. Liverpool could be in the bottom three come next weekend. Manchester United up to 14th on 3 points. 4 points behind Brighton, Leeds, Tottenham and Manchester City. 6 points behind Arsenal and Manchester United, and Liverpool are way behind Manchester City already after Manchester City won the title last year. Final thoughts from you, Leo Redgrave, before we leave you tonight. What should have been your overall thoughts on the game, and was it a deserved victory for Manchester United? Because for me, in every department, Manchester United were better tonight.
Yeah, I think overall, I think United deserved the win. I think they started really, really well. Got a great goal through Jadon Sancho. Liverpool started to come back into it, dominated possession, didn't really create any clear-cut chances in that kind of final third. And I think second half, obviously Liverpool came out quite determined, but United just kind of took over. Got a deserved second through Marcus Rashford. And just went on and controlled the game. I mean, Salah did give Liverpool a bit of hope, but I just think overall it's going to be back to the drawing board for Jurgen Klopp, I feel. I do feel that he needs to bring in new recruits. I don't think the squad is strong enough in order to cope with the demands, obviously, with the injuries that Liverpool got. So I think it's really important that they bring people in. As for United, they can build from this. I think taking Maguire and Ronaldo out of the starting lineup was a big kind of statement to make for Erik ten Hag. But I just feel like it's been a better team performance by United. They've defended really, really well. And with Casemiro and possibly others to come before the end of the transfer window, I think it's going to be a positive kind of end to that transfer window for United.
Yes, thank you very much. Just before we do wrap up, I'll just tell people the results from the other matches tonight in the Premier League 2, which is the Under 21s League. Nottingham Forest 1, Middlesbrough 4 is a result. Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Brighton 0 is in the same division. In the Professional Development League, Under 21s there, Burnley 0, QPR 3, Birmingham 1, Millwall 4, Crewe 2, Swansea 2, Hull City 5, Watford 0. In Serie A this evening, AS Roma 1, Cremonese 0 and Sampdoria 0, Juventus 0. In the Liga Portugal, Gil Vicente 0, Famalicão 0, 10 minutes remaining in that one. In La Liga, Elche 1, Almeria 1, and it is a result. And at half-time, Girona 1, Getafe 0, second half kicking off in around about 3 minutes time from now. And the Allsvenskan in Sweden, Kalmar 1, Göteborg 0, Sirius 0, Aachen 1, and Hammarby 5, Devos 1. And in the MLS, which were played in the early hours of Monday morning, Charlotte 1, Orlando City 2, Sporting Kansas City 4, Portland Timbers 1, and Nashville 4, FC Dallas 0. So from myself, from Leo, and from all of the team here at the Commentary Hub, is it first win for Erik ten Hag at Manchester United. Manchester United's first win of the season. They lead. They have beaten Liverpool, should I say, by 2-1 from all over the team here. A very good evening. Good night.